Hello everyone, welcome to Holatech. Today I'm going uh, to teach you guys about how to create a Android native project and navigate from one screen to another screen using a composable nav host and use a single activity screen. Okay, so to do that, so let's get first started. So here is the thing. So once you open your Android Studio, there is a option called new project. Click on it and choose empty activity and click next and choose your activity name. I will name it as simple now app. Okay, and choose the app name and give the path and choose the minimum SDK version which you want to support and choose a build configuration language. Now let's click finish on. So it will now try downloading all the dependencies which are required for this. Okay, now let's wait for to sync it. So hardly it will take a minute, or within a minute it will try to sync it up. Okay, I think it got synced now. Yeah, so once I open it here, I can able to see the project level build script, and I can also see the default composable screen. Let's run this and see whether whatever it came by default are we able to run and see it. After that, now what we will do is our today's task is very simple. We will create a home screen, profile screen and setting screen, and we will navigate between all of these screens. Okay, now let's understand how to do that. So to navigate, we mostly require a navigation dependency. Currently I don't see there is a navigation dependency available, so let's search from Google and put it in the already have in my backup, so I'll put it over here directly and I will add it as Android next navigation compose, and I will put the version. So here name equals to so here I will name it as now. Okay, and inside this I have to name it as a group. All right, I think I forgot to put the codes over here and add the now version here and now sync it. After that you need to again define it here also, under x dot navigation compose. Okay, so sync it again so that it will make it available for our use case. So our simple application will contain around how many screens? One, that is home screen, second profile screen, third setting screen. Okay, now let's get started. We will create inside UI, we will create all our composable screens. I'll call it as profile screen, and I'll create as home screen. Okay, and I'll create a setting screen. Right, now I need to make to navigate from one single activity to another. So for that I need a app navigation, that is I'll name it as app navigation. Okay, so all these all are composable. So what I'll do for app navigation, I will name it as a composable. Okay, and it has to be a function, and I should have a nav controller. Why the nav controller, if you ask me? It is an a director. It is a GPS kind of a thing. So it will help you to point out the locations, means the screens. The locations are, or we can call it as a target, or our screens. Now controller, remember now controller. Okay, we are not seeing any dependency over here. Let me see whether I added a dependency at the right place or not. Okay, I think it is there. So let's, we can check it out later. Now host. Okay, this also not available. So let me check it out whether the dependency which we added is aligned with our requirement or not. So group name we added, navigation compose. Oh, we made a mistake here, so that's why. Okay, here the name has to be this, and version dot reference, it should be now, which we put it on the top. So there is an update available. Let's use the latest update only. Let's not like rely on the old dependencies and sync it out. So it will download all the latest dependencies. And think now it will resolve all this. So meantime, I will explain about what is host and how we need to navigate from one screen to another screen. So nav control is a kind of a GPS where it will point out it will have a control of everything. So here, say for example, three screens we are defining: home screen, profile screen, settings screen, right? So let's define something in each of the screen. And if you want to navigate from one screen to another screen, what you have to do is uh, inside of navigation you will be defining start screen, means start destination, what is the start screen you want to show, and further uh, the rest other screens, like from there on every click of the current screen to next screen you want to navigate, what are the things you want to do. So those things also you can define. Okay, I think now it is got resolved. So what I'll do, I need to pass a nav controller and I have to pass a start destination. Okay, so I'll keep the simple name start destination. Let me see whether it's start destination or what is there. It is available. Now host, enter and transition. So we are not able to find the start destination, right? So let's check it out. Why is it not available? Now host, do we have any other construction so that it will help us? Start destination should be available. Let me move back, modify nav graph, start destination. Why is it not available? Let me check it out. Okay, I think the issue is very simple. It is related to the block of code, or maybe compiler not able to resolve it. So let's put it out. Home screen. Okay, and now what we can do is, after this we will have all our composable. Okay, here we have to define the names. Example, say I want to have the home screen, right? And I should define it over here. All right, and now what I want is a composable code where I can write it out. I can say like directly I can call the composable of home screen. So home screen, if it is wants to take something, you can pass them. If not required. So I should have a nav controller and it will navigate from there. Or if you want to navigate from this screen only, you can have that nav control callback. So how you can have it on navigate profile. For home screen, navigate profile, I would say. Okay, this is how it will to navigate. So what I'll do, I will need to make this function as a composable. So I'll make this composable. So here we have to make this composable function, and what all it will contain is very simple things. Not much will put into the home screen, or so it will be having some simple columns and wait, column composable column, and here we will put a text and a button to navigate. Okay, so this is going to be applicable for all the screens. So text will be, I can say like text home screen. Okay, and we have a button on click. So we should need one lambda function, right, on navigate profile. Okay, we will not take the navigator to this, instead we will directly call that navigator.invoke. So when you click it, it should take. So I need one text view inside this button. So I'm going to say like navigate to profile. Okay, this is a simple thing. So this is going to be, we are going to repeat for all other screens also. So let's do this. So profile screen, I'll name it as profile screen. Navigate, this is, I can name it as profile. Navigate to settings screen. Okay, navigate to setting. And from this to back to profile. Where is that? Settings screen. So we'll do the same thing over here also. Let me write it out at composable function settings screen, navigate profile. So from here it will come to profile screen. Let's remove an extra braces there, and I have one column which basically contains all of this. So I'm using Gemini AI, so that's why you guys might be seeing the codes are automatically popped up, whatever I wanted to do in my mind, right? So everything is already popped up in the editor. Okay, so I need to use all of this over here. So this is home screen. So let's define the names for each of this. I can say like app screens and a data class, okay, which is contains an object of home screen, app screens, all of this. So I can say instead of data, sorry, this field class, and it contains all of this. It should not be an object, you can convert data object. Okay, each of this we can pass it to app navigation, and accordingly they will come. So we will going to repeat 3 times for profile and for settings. So we are going to change settings. File is there, this is a home. Okay, sorry, this has to be profile. Okay, this has to be profile settings, and basically it should not pop back. This has to be profile, from home to profile we are going, and this has to be settings, and here pop back. Okay, this has to be settings screen. This has to be, oh wait, navigate, right? This has to be profile screen. And navigate to profile, navigate to settings. That's why this error is coming up. Okay, now we have to define this in our main activity. So let's remove this guy and put it here and run the app. Let's see out what are the things going to appear. It's building now. it takes some time. So what we created so far is one main activity. Under that, like, we have a app navigation. Under that, we have a nav host. Nav host contains all the composable screen, and it helps you to navigate from one screen to another screen. So this is very simple, basic. In this, we are going to include the MVM architecture, or maybe MVI architecture. So we will first follow the MVM architecture. Okay, I think we run the build and I saw some issues over here. Let's understand why is it crashing. Okay, it's saying like serialization exception, serializer of a class not found. Please ensure you have some serialized. For this, navigation means the names are not serialized, so we have to make them serialized. So how we can make it? Let's understand that. How we can make. So to make them serialized, it's very simple. We need to have the names. Okay, because we are not given any particular name to them, and they are all object, right? Root, and we have a string here, and each of this will have its own name. I can say like a home screen, right? Just home, and I will have profile, and I will have a settings. All right, so when we are calling also, we should call with this names. So start destination will be, it will be app screens dot home screen dot root. Okay, here also same thing, we should call it. It should be root. App screens dot home screen dot root. I think it will pick up automatically, but here at least we have to mention. So let's do this over here. Profile screen, and here it will take to navigate to settings screen, and it will pop back. Now let's see. Either we can use this, or we can use a Kotlin serialization also. It will work. It is not for. Please ensure you mark as serializable. So yeah, I think we have to make them use a serialization library from Kotlin, and then only we could able to do that. So to do that, like, what we can do is we should add a dependency of serializer. So let me Google it and get it for you guys. Oh wait, I think I made a mistake. Instead of passing a screens here, I should need to pass the root here. That's a mistake. So it was showing an error. All right. Let me make that changes quickly and run this app. Cool. And there is a overlapping between the top toolbar, so we need to remove that. Let me kick out this so that it will not override. So it came to home screen. We are in. We are now moved to profile screen. Now we'll move to setting screen, and from setting we'll move back to profile. And if you click back, home, and we are done. Right? This is how the simple app navigation going to work. You can take a look into the complete code base over here. Right, this is how it going to look like. So now in the next session we are going to add a simple view model architecture, MVVM architecture for this. So until that, you guys have any questions or any doubts, feel free to add it into the comment box. Thank you so much.